Hello, everyone, and welcome to Moongate Readings. I'm Erin-Lee. This will be a collective general reading that you have found at the perfect timing for you. I do offer private readings, however, I will never reach out to you first. You can find the links for those down below. I am an intuitive reader. I also channel messages from Spirit while we are doing our reading. I work with the tarot and oracle cards. And I will never reach out to you first. And let's get to your reading. Let's see what we have. First, let's pick a catalyst card. Sorry, my brain just kind of stopped there for a second. Okay. Sincere relationships. And the next. Flexible. And the next. Now, I have shuffled these cards a few times and then I put them aside so that way I don't have to spend a lot of time shuffling and doing all of that business. Armenius. Guardian. Very nice. Okay, so we will start with sincere relationships. So sincere relationships, and then we will move to flexibility. And then we will move to Guardian. Artemis. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So let's start with sincere relationships. What do they have to say about that? So the first thing I'm hearing is that right now you are being asked to look at all of your relationships. Are they actually sincere? It's a great time for shifting and everything right now. Everybody seems to be doing that. I don't know if it's necessarily the planetary alignment or what is happening. Very interesting. Two of Cups, and when it came out of the deck, it was reversed. So the Two of Cups is an emotional bonding. It's a kind of like a love card. So I'm wondering, being reversed, what relationships are you needing to let go of? Oh my goodness, yep. And the Two of Swords. So not only do they need to be let go of, they need to be just cut off. Starting new, starting fresh. You have the blinders on for some reason with this relationship. And we've got the Eight of Swords. So whatever this is, you just don't want to look at it. And it's not only it's not actually with someone else. It's with yourself. What part of you do you really need to look at that you need to let go of? You're keeping yourself bound for no reason whatsoever. If we look at both of these cards, it's like beginning to tie yourself up in your thoughts, blinders on, not wanting to see what it is. And then the Eight of Swords is you, if it was reversed, it would be you seeing things clearly, really facing it. But for some reason, with the relationship with yourself, so I feel like it's the shadow side and the light side, if you will. The parts of us that we don't want to look at is really where the work is here. Why are you not being sincere with yourself? What is it that you just don't want to see? And interestingly, the next card is flexible. So how could we be flexible? But we're going to back up again. We're going to ask the angels, guides, and ascended masters, because I did forget to ask them to join us. However, before I started, I I did ask, and usually I say it as well while I'm recording. So I'm going to ask them to join us now and help us understand what it is that we don't want to look at. What is it that we don't want to see? What is it that we don't want to see? The Seven of Swords reversed. Seven of Swords reversed. And I feel like there's another one here too. And the Six of Pentacles. It has something to do with our material world. Let's move over here for a second. Let's move over here for a second. I want to. These have already been shuffled. So, it's our bread and butter. So it's in our work, in work, in your job, or if you don't have a job right now, you're not feeling at peace. You're feeling quite conflicted. There's some major changes coming up of how you've done things, how you're doing things. It may be physically moving a job to another place or ignoring what's going on in the workplace, learning a new way in the current situation that you're in and being able to adapt to it. Again, flexibility. So let's get some cards on flexibility here. Let's get some cards on flexibility and see if we can't bring this all together. Okay. Ten of Wands. With the Ten of Wands, I feel like I feel as though you have done all the work, you've carried the burden, and that's what you're in right now. You're feeling like there's a burden there. However, this isn't a new beginning. This is Page of Wands, but it's in reverse. So it's not necessarily a new beginning. I still feel like it's a new way, a new perspective of looking at it. And you're not being very flexible about the change. Yep, there it is. There it is. So you're looking at all the time and energy that you have put into something. You've put into it. Now, this might not be work. This might be a relationship. This might be a physical thing with yourself. It's some kind of physical thing. Having the pentacle there with all those swords. it's in your material world, and that means that it could be a physical person, it could be the job, it could be um, maybe the way that you have been working out or something like that. There's something about this. And now with the Seven of Pentacles, you're assessing the situation. However, there's the devil that came out with it. And the devil that we know isn't always the best thing to do. It's not always the best thing to do. So holding back and not changing because, well, we're doing a good job. We're doing okay. And we're moving from the six of Pentacles into the Seven of Pentacles. However, you're spending too much time doing this and not being flexible enough to admit that the changes have to happen, that there are changes that need to happen. Again, it doesn't mean that you have to leave the place completely. Um, two cards again. And again, Pentacles. So we have the Three of Pentacles, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles. And this was clarification for flexibility. Listening to people instead of doing your own thing. You're almost at completion. You're holding yourself back because you're listening to these people, these naysayers, these people that they think they know the best for you. And yes, your next thing might be scary. However, your castle is right there on the hill. What does the Guardian have to do with this? What does the Guardian have to do with this? Asking me to use the same deck. All right, here we are. Guardian. And there's one. Ten of Swords. Dead, done, and over with. Have to admit. Have to move on. Have to know that that is done. Whatever that is, the friendship, the relationship, the way you've been doing the job, the way your career has to change. It has to change. Something has to change. It's dead, done, and over with. The Seven of Wands, that mental, emotional fight. You can take the high ground or you could stand there and fight. Take the high ground or fight with yourself. I would say take the high ground. And Guardian, to me, is call on people that you trust, that have your back, that really want to see you succeed, that aren't the naysayers in your life. Yeah. And get rid of the people that want to fight, that want to keep you from being your best self. Get rid of those people. Those are the people that are holding you back. Get to your guardians. Get to the ones that want the highest and best for you. There it is. Oh, and to end it off is the Ace of Pentacles. Get to those people that really help you, that really are wanting to see you succeed. Stop cutting yourself off from those people. Those are the people that are going to get you out of this thought process, out of that part of your ego that is just keeping you where you are. And for the final card, let's see what we got. Final card on this. Get rid of the naysayers. Don't listen to the naysayers, including yourself. That part of you that talks you out of things, that says, oh, I can do it later, or I don't want to do it, or that kind of thing. And start listening maybe to some affirmations, some positive affirmations. Maybe share an idea with a trusted friend. It doesn't don't share too much until you're ready to know what you need to know. This deck doesn't want to give me a card at all. For whatever reason, they are not talking to me through that deck. So let's go here. Thank you, guides, angels, ascended masters. Please give us a final card. Is the Ace of Pentacles the final card? No, there it is. There's our final card. The situation involves your past life memories. So keeping yourself stuck because of the past things that have happened in your life. Time to move on from that. Past life is not going to help you in your future life. All of your lessons, all of the things you've learned, everything that you have looked at, assessed, you know the situation. Don't stay with the devil you know. That's what I have for you today. Good luck with moving on. You've got this. You've got the gift right there. Find the right path and you are moving on. Fantastic. Have a fabulous day. See you next time.